Hi everyone, this is Kathy. Welcome to my channel, Kathy Mamelin, Psychic Medium. Welcome to your singles love prediction for the weekend. This is for November 21st through November 23rd. Okay, so it's for my singles, any sign that you may be thinking of. Please use this reading to help you to manifest a love that you are worthy and deserving of, or to confirm a love that's come into your life. I am going to be using some charms and initials, lots of clues, lots of evidence, but mostly what I try to do is create and ask spirit for the energy that could be coming towards you. What is this relationship going to feel like? What will you feel like? So let's get started. Let's call in our spirit guides. It is a fully channeled message, and I will be referring to my spirit guides. You'll hear me talking to them. So welcome back, everybody. Welcome to anybody that's been newly guided here for the first time. Spirit, I call upon you for loving messages. What is it that you have for us today? What is it that you need us to hear? What is coming towards us? Next love, new love, confirmation. I ask that you guide us. What is it that you want us to know? I am listening for you now. Dreams. Share your dreams together and encourage each other to make them a reality. That is important, that you're both on the same page. What do we both want? If one person's going in one direction and the other person is going in a different direction, certainly big things like, if you're younger, do you want to have family? If you don't want to have a family and somebody else does, it's not fair to the person who does. Okay, they can't make a choice between you and having a family in the future. It's not fair. So dreams, that we both want the same thing, that we're both looking to have the same kind of life. Usually those dreams are really exciting to share, and it's really fun to see that you have something that you both want. You guys are both in tune to those things. I have a surprise. You may be about to be surprised. So maybe spirit has something. Somebody is coming forward. Maybe a whole relationship, just the fact of how you meet. I mean, sometimes just the way that you meet is a surprise. You may be surprised by this person. Spirit just said that this wasn't the type of person that you thought was going to enter into your life. You always had somebody pictured in your mind, just kind of what they might look like, or height, or tall, dark, and handsome, and then somebody comes into your life and you're like, this is not what I thought I'd fall in love with, but you do. So they're perfect for you. So maybe that's a surprise to you, that the person you end up with is not what you thought it would be. Sometimes the spirit picks better people than we do. Temptation. Think carefully about the situation. I mean, we can all be seduced, we can all be caught up in the moment. We can all feel good in the moment, but none of us want to be used at the end of the day. It's not good for our soul. It's not good for our emotions. So we just want to make sure that we are making some good choices out there. Let's see what the cards are saying. Spirit, please share with me. What is it that you have for us today? I have an Emperor. I have a Nine of Swords. I have a Sun. And I have an Ace of Swords. So the Nine of Swords came into me the strongest for some reason, just because of the way it came in. It came in as a, will I ever get married? You can see it's a bride kind of pouting, worrying about, will I ever find the one? Will I ever find somebody that I would spend my lifetime? Will I ever be a bride? Will I ever walk down the aisle? If that's something that you really hope for. So there's a sense of hopelessness in this in this bride. But there's nothing to be worried about is how I feel, because I definitely have a new beginning here with the sun. So they're saying the word strike to me. So I want to say that it's a little bit of a bolt of lightning struck you. Maybe the surprise again. But it was a feeling of boom, came out of nowhere. Okay. This is happening so fast, Spirit just said. Okay, so we've got fast moving energy coming at you. And that's something that we have to maybe watch out. Maybe that's why they were saying be careful with the temptation, because it maybe is very fast moving. I have an Emperor. I feel like somebody's made up their mind. I feel like, look at, he's kind of serenading her on the balcony. This feeling of this person has either, caught your eye, you caught their attention. They're definitely interested. They're saying they're seeing this situation in you very clearly. They know what they're getting into, Spirit just said. So there could be some kind of obstacle, challenge, a situation that I know what I'm getting into. I'm a big boy. I'm a big girl. So I feel like we talk about it. Even health issues, if somebody had a health issue or some kind of disability or a child with a disability, it's kind of like, I know what I'm getting into. I'm okay, like it is what it is. And, I always feel that way. I feel like with the right person, whatever you have going on in your life that you think is some kind of obstacle that somebody wouldn't want you for, it's not true. Spirit has the perfect person for you that won't matter. Especially those of you that have children. I have an 8 of Pentacles. I have a 4 of Wands. Beautiful. I have a King of Wands. And I have a 6 of Swords. So I do feel like we are going to, we're going to go through the paces very quickly. Okay. We're going to meet. I feel like from that first meeting, like you had me at date 1, that we go through the paces very quickly. First couple of dates, decide that we're going to be exclusive, start spending lots of time together, transition from the world of we're both single to we're in a relationship, we're happy to be in a relationship, transition into putting time and effort into this connection, all the way to a commitment, whatever the commitment means to you. This person is, I'm going to say, has made up their mind. Okay, so this is somebody who wants a commitment. This is somebody who isn't afraid to commit, they just said. Yeah, there's a sense of the King of Wands. It's, of course, it's always kind of passion, and it's always kind of, wow energy, but it's also a energy of you're my equal, I would say. And I would also say that it's an energy at times of you've met your match, that you challenge them, you push them, you make them think about things. Nobody ever asked me that. Nobody ever cared to ask me those things. So this beginning is opening up their eyes to somebody is looking at them from a different perspective, Spirit says. Somebody isn't just looking at them as a package. What's on the outside? What do they have to offer? What's their future look like? Somebody is actually interested in them on the inside. And that's the difference. That's why this is going to move so quickly, because you could be the first person who they let their guard down and they genuinely know that you want to know what's going on the inside. So you care about them, Spirit just said, and they feel that. They are recognizing that. Spirit, please share with me. There's a sense of home all around this connection. So I'm gonna go with that for a minute. Spirit, please share with me. I have a compass. I love compasses. My inner compass is drawn to you. My inner compass will find you. That magnetic, it's drawn by a magnet. Exploration and opportunity. Explore opportunities beyond routine. And a new starting point will arrive. I feel I definitely feel the magnetic pull. I would definitely say that. But I like this just feeling of a new starting point. And I feel like it's a new starting point for both of us. And I feel like the home, we're going to live together. Okay. I don't know how soon we'll live together, but we'll at least be living together. And I feel like the home is a starting point for both of us. I don't necessarily feel like we're moving into one person's home or the other. I feel like we're either buying a new home or renting a new home and creating, kind of like combining our stuff, but it's a new start for both of us. It doesn't have energy attached to somebody else who lived there, or this was my house that I lived with my wife, or husband. It has all new energy for just us. And I think that that's important to both of you. I have a tea set talking about things, protecting myself. There's a little bit of a gossip feeling there. What will people say? Maybe you make a decision really quickly that you want to be together. I mean, I've known people that from the time they meet until, they went to Vegas and got married in 8 weeks. So there could be a little gossip, family gossip. Maybe they think you're going too fast. Maybe they think it's all happening too fast, but they're not in the relationship. And these are two adults making a decision for themselves. So nobody else gets a vote. Nobody else gets to decide who's going to be in this relationship, how fast it's going to go or not go, who you're going to live with or not live with. So it's a little bit of a family behind the scenes saying, it's going pretty fast. It's, making big decisions. I have a knife. Okay. Letting social media. I'm going to say cutting off social media, or at least not doing things like posting big pictures of ourselves for now. I feel like I don't care if family and friends know about us. We're out in public, but I don't know if I'm necessarily blasting anything on social media. They're saying I'm not changing my status on Facebook. So for some reason, I don't know, it's not important to us, or we just want to, wait for that. But it was like cutting off social media. It could be cutting off dating sites also. It could be that we're off. If we're on dating sites, we both get off a dating site. I have a balloon. I feel like we're celebrating. I do. I feel like it is. I feel like we're celebrating the new home, and it almost felt like an open house, like inviting people over, maybe having a holiday party of some kind or something, down the road. But it felt like a little bit of showing off, to people that are in your life, kind of their first thing that you guys do together. So like, could be somebody's birthday, something like that. But I feel like it's more of the first event that we're having in our home, like we're the host. So that felt good. Let's get some initials. This is moving into a happy home. Okay, so that is kind of what we want to hold on to. So I have this beautiful bowl of initials, tarot dice, tarot tile. Some of you have seen this bowl before. Get all kinds of fun stuff. So I'm just going to grab some of these tiles and give them, not tiles, give these guys a little shake first. So let's do that. And then let me get a handful of these guys. Okay. So get lots of good stuff. All right, let me zoom in. Let's see. Okay. Three of Cups, celebration. I always see the Three of Cups as an engagement. I see it as I can't wait to tell everybody about us. So I'm going to say that everybody's happy with this connection. I do feel like we might have some gossip behind the scenes with people being concerned. You know, you're going too fast, but they're not the ones in love. They're not the ones that know your person. I have a Queen. Okay, so I'm sorry, this is my Empress. This is my Empress. So I have an Empress. You get to decide. That came into me as, and I don't know why, she's got kind of this soft crown and she's got this robe around her. It came into me as soft elegance. And there was a feeling of course, nurturing, but it felt more than that. It felt that you're elegant. It felt that there's this beautiful feminine energy, divine feminine energy that's soft and elegant, and that's what they're falling for. So that feels nice, doesn't it? I have a Three of Swords. You know, Three of Swords is always a hurt. It's always a broken heart. It's always my heart still is aching. I'm just asking Spirit. They're saying a tremendous loss. For some of you, it could be grief from a spouse, that you're actually a widow or widower. Okay. A tremendous loss. So you've had at least something kind of traumatic happen. I have a Lover's card. Is this my soulmate that I want to share with? Have I found my soulmate? Probably. Let me get these on the table. I have a Judgment, Lover's card, big cards. I have a Star. I have a Magician. I have a Sun. You got some big cards here. I have a Hermit. A Hermit and the Sun. I'm gonna put these like this for a second. And then I have a Moon. I'm gonna start with the Hermit because of the Three of Swords. Yeah, it's kind of like a traumatic loss. It feels like it could have been a marriage that you weren't expecting to get divorced. You didn't see it coming. Spirit just said. So I feel like I do have fear of being alone because I didn't see my life as being alone. I always saw myself with somebody and somehow I ended up alone. So that feels like something I'm struggling with more than anything. I have a Judgment, and I'm going to put the Star and the Judgment together for this a second because I felt like I'm working on myself. Like, what is it that I truly want at this point in my life? And is somebody who's coming into my life, going back to that first card, the dreams, is somebody coming into my life, somebody that has the same values and the same dreams as me, and we want the same things. It sounds simple, but it's hard. It's hard to find. So I feel like that's something I've been working on so that when I do meet my person, I know the answers to those questions. I know myself. So that is important. I will tell you that all three of these major arcana cards, the Magician, the Sun, and the Lovers, they shared with me, they said the Magician, but they used the word the meeting, they said to me. So I'm going to say the first date, like the first impression, the first meeting, the first time I met you. Okay, the meeting. I feel like that magician magic came out, that you were either blown away, they were blown away, or both. And this feeling of, I don't think I ever looked back from that moment. I really don't. I think that once you meet eye to eye, I feel like it just goes from there. And it's happening so fast. you won't believe this. You know, it's just this feeling of it just happened fast, but it's all okay. I think it's okay. Sometimes it goes slow, sometimes it goes fast. But this time you're, like I said, you're both adults. You've been in other relationships before, and you know what works and what doesn't. And you know that this could work. You know that this is something real. You know that your feelings for this person are real. You know yourself. You've been working on yourself. Let's get the initials. I have the letter I. Let's see. I. Another I. This together. I. I have the letter E. I have a B. I have another E. I have a P. I think this is an L. I'm going to go with L. I have a T. I have another E. Okay. I have a P, another P. We're getting some of the same letters. Okay. And I have a U. Okay. So those could be some letters for somebody. And I know my charms have additional letters, so maybe we'll pick up some additional clues with initials. Okay. All right. So those are our initials and a handful of cards. Nice. I love those little tarot dice and tarot tiles. They're one of my faves. Okay. Spirit, tell me more about this connection. Where are we headed? Let's stay on this feeling at, there's just a feeling of home. I'm going to say it that way. I mean, it's, you know, I feel comfortable, whether it's we're creating a new home with each other physically. I think both. I think physically, and I feel at home with you. Whether you say I feel comfortable, we're very compatible, we are meant for each other, we two peas in a pod. Emerging mystery. Love grows in unexpected places with this mushroom. Surprising returns. Learning financial secrets. Okay, so an emerging mystery, but this love growing unexpectedly, this love growing in an unexpected place. Okay, a surprise return could be as simple as, I haven't been this crazy about somebody since I was a teenager. I feel like a kid again. I feel like I have a teenage crush. I'm acting like a lunatic. But it's a feeling of unexpected. I really wasn't expecting to meet you in this place and time. There's a sense of not now. I didn't expect it. Tranquil blooms, dreams of love come true. Making decisions with a calm mind, love is blooming, peace, vision, and focus. And I also like the color purple for some reason. Purple represents like royalty and dignity, and you were soft elegance, right? So there's a sense of elegance is tranquil to me also. Like even somebody who's elegant kind of walks slower and lighter. I don't know, holds their head up higher or something like that. Dreams of love come true. Eternal hope. Every ending is a new beginning in love, going in circles, ups and downs. Keep the faith, keep believing. How about this love is eternal? There's something about the circle too. I mean, it could be just a completion. You complete me, but an eternal love that I just feel like I'm not going to walk away from this. And I feel like my person's not going to walk away from this. I have hidden strength. Small gestures create great bonds. Okay. Small seeds of effort yield great abundance, patience, growth, protector. So, is this divine masculine? If this were the divine masculine, the things that are jumping out at me are a strength and protection, which is divine masculine energy. Also, I feel like it's the little things, the small gestures, the little seeds that they're planting over time. So, this person is going to show you in very small ways that there's a sense of consistency. They treat you the same all the time, but in a good way. It's not like they're good in the beginning and then they aren't good after that. After they catch you, after they catch you and you're kind of logged in, no, they're good to you consistently is how I feel. Tell me more, Spirit. What is it that you have for us? Eternal hope. I love that. Eternal hope and love. Maybe that's what this person brings to us. I never was this hopeful for my own future. Could be. I have a 9 of Cups. I have Temperance. There's the tranquility again happening. So you could be really, really comfortable with this energy. You're in the right place, Spirit just said. I have a 6 of Wands. And I have a Knight of Cups. You're transitioning. 6 of Wands is a transition, and it's this marching forward, okay? And it's a transition as well. And this little wreath this laurel wreath is jumping out at me again. That eternal, that wreath of hope and love again. I'm transitioning into. Is this the romance that you've been waiting for? Is this the love that you've been waiting for? I'm going to say yes. Going all the way back to that 9 of Swords, where that bride felt hopeless, that it was never going to happen. It was, am I ever going to find my person? And you can see Spirit constantly letting us know with evidence that these things do happen. These things happen to good people, just like you. And that we transition from, I'm worried I'll never find my person, to this is the love of my life. I've never been happier. My love of my life and my forever home, they're saying. Yeah, they're really hooked on this home thing today. Forever home. You're my forever home. I have a Moon. I'm going to just use the word trust, that I'm trusting my own intuition. I'm trusting that I've done the work. I'm trusting that I'm in a good, healthy place. I love myself. So I feel like that's something that is only adding to this connection to make a healthy decision, a good decision. Let's get some charms. Let's see what my charms are saying. Let's see what they have for you. The energy feels beautiful. I mean, are you ready to meet the love of your life? If you are starting to feel this way about somebody, then this could be the person you're meant to be with, because the energy is gorgeous and it is the kind of energy that you do want. So here's my beautiful bowl. Let's see. There's lots of charms in there. Which ones does Spirit want you to have? I'm going to do a little spin. I'm going to spin it a little bit, and I'm going to go over here. Let's see. All right. Lots and lots of charms to pick from, but these are the ones that Spirit wants you to know. So that's fun. All right. I have a Pisces. Could be you, could be them. I have an Aquarius. I have a Taurus today. I have 2 hearts, and I have the same feeling with the 2 cherries, 2 hearts. You know, like once we meet, I feel like we just stay together. I feel like it's a very, very easy transition from the first couple dates to we're a couple. And sometimes that's the hardest part, just getting that up and running. But for whatever reason, this connection, we just breeze through that hard part. So maybe it was our way of knowing that it shouldn't be this easy, but it is. And maybe this is maybe because it's right this time. I have a ship's wheel. So I feel like one of you is more steering the wheel than the other. One of you, it could be the divine masculine energy, this strength and power that I felt, taking the lead, making some decisions, taking the next step, talking about buying a house, so making plans, spirit just said. So I'm going to say one person over the others taking the lead. That sounds normal. What is this? A bottle of wine and 2 wine glasses. That felt for a moment that it was very simple. It was grabbing a bottle of wine and 2 wine glasses and going and sitting on the back patio, like on a patio set, and just sitting outside. Like, you want to sit outside? Yeah, okay. You want a glass of wine? Yeah. Somebody grabs the bottle and 2 glasses, and we just go sit outside. It felt so simple, but maybe that's something that we do, and we do it often, and it becomes kind of our thing. I have the letter Y. I have a sunny day. Maybe I'll remember that the sun was shining when I met you, almost like a lunch date. It was hot that day. The sun was out. I'm wearing sunglasses. Maybe we sit outside. So it feels like a hot, sunny day that maybe it was nice enough that we could sit outside. Okay, I have popcorn. Is that popcorn? Yeah, I have a little popcorn bucket. So that feels like a movie. Feels like maybe that's one of our first dates. It's a pretty easy movie. Go out for, light dinner. Let's go see a movie, so maybe that's one of our early dates, but maybe we both like movie theater popcorn too. That's like my favorite. It's movie theater popcorn. I could eat nothing else. All right. So I have a makeup compact and I have a camera. I'm going to put these 2 together because it's a feeling of, I've been looking at pictures of you and you're very pretty. It was complimentary. It was either I looked at pictures of your online dating or your Facebook or Instagram or something like that, but it felt you're very, very pretty, you're beautiful, you're handsome, so I've been looking at pictures of you, and but it came back as because I'm very attracted to you, and they tell you. So they're very complimentary is how I feel. I have an Easter egg, not an Easter egg basket, but a basket full of presents. And I do have a diamond. I do feel like this person is ultimately in your lifetime, will be the person who gives you probably the nicest things. Okay, whether it's jewelry, bags, trips, things that are personal, and then a beautiful diamond, and they're using the word security. They're using the word security with the diamond. The diamond is a way for them to make you feel secure. So whether it's a ring that just represents that we're a union and we don't legally get married, a lot of people do that, or it's a commitment and setting a wedding date. But they did use the word security. They want you to have a ring on your finger to make you feel secure. Maybe they're very traditional. Maybe that's something that they really want. Maybe they want it. It has nothing to do with you. Maybe they're the one. There's a lot on the other side. Hey, I've always wanted a big wedding. I've always wanted to have this kind of big event. So there's this gorgeous, beautiful charms. Okay. Let's see what they're feeling. I have to tell you, the energy today feels great. If this is a weekend date, when they said the meeting, it's the first time we meet that this impression is created. It's the first time that we're together that we feel it's just going to continue. Yeah. So I'm not going to be questioning it. I just feel like I'm going to see this person again and again and again and again until we decide we want to live together. And because we just want to be together. I feel, I know I keep saying it feels easy, but for today, this particular connection, because it's the right person and I'm comfortable, and they said, this is the love of my life and my forever home, that it is easy. An eternal love and hope. It does happen. It absolutely happens. So don't give up. Don't give in to the lower power trying to deflate you into believing that it doesn't exist. It does exist, and it's out there for you. There's no doubt in my heart I'm yours forever. You can't scare me away. I'm here for the long haul. There's nothing you can say or do that's going to make me run. The look you give me melts me all over. I've never had anybody look at me the way that you look at me. I've never had anybody kiss me the way that you kiss me, or make love to me the way you make love to me. For you, baby, I would. For you, baby, I would do anything. And there are people that say that. What do you need me to do? What do you want me to do? It's, I want you to be happy. I want us to be happy. I care for you deeply. I just need time. So some of you could be feeling this way. Some of you might not want to go fast. Some of you may say, I really like you too, but I'm not ready to go so fast. I went fast the last time, but for the most part, I feel like you both have the same energetic pull to this connection where the speed isn't bothering you. It's more of we're both adults and we know what we're doing. Being with you makes me feel 10 feet tall. I'm proud to be with you. Our love is so complex, but I wouldn't have it any other way. When Spirit had shared with me a moment ago that they are accepting of whatever you are coming to this relationship with, they know what they're getting into. I felt like that would be connected to this kind of a comment that, okay, so it's maybe a little bit busier than I thought, but I love you and I want you in my life. And the best example I have is if you have kids, then I know you have kids right when I started. So I knew that getting into this, that if I wanted to be with you, that kids would be in my life. And that's good because it's going to be the right person who accepts all of that. I can't keep my hands to myself and I adore every inch of you. All good stuff, right? I'm going to say this is a loving connection. If this hasn't arrived yet, please use any of my readings to help you to manifest the love that you are worthy and deserving of. Let's put this out into the universe and ask Spirit to guide this to you now. I want to thank Spirit for these messages. I want to thank you for being here. If you're new to my channel, please remember to hit that like, subscribe, ring the notification bell. Thank you always for your comments. I'm so grateful. If anyone would like to book a private reading with me, please go to my website, kathymamolinspsychicmedium.com. I have 2 other YouTube channels, a pick a card channel and a twin flame channel, and the links are in the description below. So we are going to ask Spirit to bring you this eternal love. And what did they say? my forever home to you now. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.